Okay, guys, this is the first topic in the module 1 through 4 review. It's a spring break math packet on the first page. And this is the first topic, comparing decimals. So I'm going to start with giving you some notes that you can write down and use this to follow along and complete these kinds of problems, okay? So when comparing decimals, the first thing you're going to do is compare the whole numbers. Okay, so when I say whole numbers, everybody should know that means before the decimal point. So, for example, when you look at this one, you have 16 as a whole number, and then you have 16 as a whole number on this side. So you can't really say which one's less than or greater than because they are equal to. So when the numbers are the same, move to the next digit. All right, so for this same example, we are going to look in the tenths place, right? We all know one place after the decimal is called the tenths place. And so when I do that, I have a 3 here and a 0 here. So we know that 3 is greater than 0, which means 16 and 3/10 is greater than 16 and 3/100, okay, because we have a 0 in the tenths. All right, when you have a problem like this one, for example, what you would want to do is easily compare these is either write this as a fraction or you're going to write this one as a decimal. Okay, so those are going to help you compare that. So if we have 18 thousandths, then we know the thousands places 3 places after the decimal. So I have to have 3 digits after the decimal to be in the thousands place. Okay, and if I follow these steps again, I'm going to compare the whole numbers. In this case, we don't have any whole numbers, right? We have a 0 here, and we know that there's a 0 here. So now we're going to move to the next digit. Okay, so we're going to look at the tenths place. The tenths, 1 place after the decimal. And you will see that 1 is greater than 0. So this number is greater than. Okay, or 18 thousandths is less than 18 hundredths. Okay. All right, let's take a look at something like this one. All right, so I'm going to, oh no, actually this one's pretty easy because when I compare the whole numbers, right, the numbers before the decimal, then right away I see that we have 15 and 17. I know that 17 is greater, so this whole thing has to be greater than 15 and 799 thousandths. Okay, so I think with just those couple of steps and the examples that I've given you, you should be in good shape for these. Remember to write them in the same form if you're struggling a bit. Okay, so for example, on this one, 340 hundredths. Maybe you don't visualize that right away in your head, so what can you do? You can just write it in decimal form. All right, so if I'm in hundredths place, how many places after the decimal? 2. All right, so when I compare those, I have a 34 and a 3. I know that this must be greater than.